Amanda Freed, an Olympic gold medalist. My name is Darren Sutton. Glad to have you with us back at the ballpark here in Irvine, California, Deanna Manning Stadium, Bill Barber Park. We're crowning now the 14U national champion and doing so at the Platinum Division. And with regard to Premier Girls Fast Pitch, look, you played so successfully at the amateur level. You've got to be so proud to see a ballpark like this, fans like these, and coverage like this as well.
Well, this is a gorgeous ballpark, and these girls are out here for this reason, just to be in this atmosphere, this championship stage, and they're getting seen by college coaches all week long, and it's their goal is to get to that stage eventually, so this is just a huge stepping block for them, and it's so exciting, just the awe in the air that's out here today.
Well, and it's interesting because PGF, what they do is a good job, and it's tough to do. They combine individual platforms, yet team growth as well.
Well, absolutely, and what you see, we're seeing a lot of these teams back here year after year, and they're having to go through this process of qualifiers to make it here, so it's that championship play year-round, and PGF really has presented the ultimate stage for girls fast pitch, and like you said, we're here at a gorgeous stadium, and there's really no better place to be playing today.
All right, it's the 14U Platinum Division national champion, the Courage, and the California Cruisers. Here's the action. Glad to have you with us. The Cruisers starting lineup. Excited to be in this championship game. It's Severs in center field, Elise Morrison right, Horvath is a DP. Feldman is the first baseman, T-Tone the left fielder, Katie Kempton, her father's on the coaching staff, Katie Giles the third baseman, Savannah Hentz is behind the plate, Jada Alon is the second baseman, and Chloe Winger at the bottom is the pitcher. They will hit for her certainly. Amelia Weircheck is in the circle. Amelia, you can see what she has done in the tournament. She's been fabulous, a .63.
Well, just to get to this point really is a testament to what she's been able to do along with her team to get here today. And she's going to keep the ball down, and which is a great thing to do here when you're in a championship play. You've got a tough hitting opponent, and you want to keep that ball down and in the ballpark.
We're underway, 1-0 the count. Jasmine Severs, incoming freshman at Capo Valley High School here in Orange County, California. Right away down the line, and it's a foul ball off the bat of Severs. Plays shortstop and center field, which tells you she's a heck of an athlete. You're playing those two positions. And her favorite, Mike Trout. I think that's a commonplace for, well, we said it earlier on a telecast, it's a commonplace for Orange County kids. I think it's a commonplace for anyone who likes diamond sports in the nation. Beautiful change, it misses low. Boy, that's a heck of a take, 2-1.
Well, that was a really nice pitch. It started in the zone, didn't drop out until the last minute. So after that foul ball, you got to have a lot of balance and a lot of patience to be able to lay off of that.
Into center field and a base hit, and Severs and her Cruisers are cooking. They're off and running. So Jasmine gets it going. And Elise Morris backs her up. The Cruisers 5-0 in this tournament. Jay Severs, their head coach, Kevin Kempton, their manager. Rob Alone is their assistant. And the same 5-0 record for the Courage. So both of these teams undefeated in this tournament. 0-1 the count on Elise Morris. Weaver, Facio, Salazar in the outfield. Burkhart, Hamilton, Basea, and Schneider on the infield. Hooks is behind the plate. Weircheck is in the circle. Pitch misses wide. Glad to have you with us, logged on the World Wide Web, and certainly a fun way to present this game for all of you. If you're following us on Twitter, following PGF on Twitter, join the conversation, hashtag PGF Nationals. And Amanda will keep up with that throughout the webcast. 1-2 the count. Morris from Claremont, California, was an all-league competitor at Vivian Webb Schools this past school year. That one misses outside, 2-2 the count. 4 for 13 on the tournament, a 308 clip. The lone home run hit by the hitter in the on-deck circle, Katie Horvath. Horvath with a lone long ball. That's strike 3 over the outside, so down goes Morris with a backwards K in the book.
Well, the scouting report on Weircheck, raves on her control, and she's shown it here early in the ball game, painting the corners and catching Elise Morris on that outside corner looking for a strike.
The Courage working defensively with the gray jerseys on, out of Yorba Linda, California. The Cruisers out of the Mission Viejo, California area. Runner on the move, throw down from the knees. If she would have been able to clean it up, Hamilton. It was a tough play, though. She played it on a hop. The throw was there. Instead, it's a stolen base for Sievers. So Sievers on the move, her second stolen base of the National Championship Tournament. 14U Platinum National Championship, Premier Girls Fast Pitch. Weircheck skips it in there, and a nice job. Hooks going down to a knee and stopping it. Caitlin Horvath, number 6 on the jersey. Kate, she goes by. Notre Dame High School from Corona, California. Line rack back to the circle. What a play and a double play. Weircheck, Johnny on the spot in self-defense. Threw that glove up, nabbed the softball. My goodness, Amanda. Scoreless contest. No score, bottom of the first. The Courage, the team based out of Yorba Linda, California, ready to swing the bat. Chloe Winger is in the circle. Winger goes to work. Emily Salazar leads it off. And certainly if your team is undefeated and you've got a 2.80, you have done your job, and Winger has. As she deals ball 1-0 the count to Emily Salazar. Valencia High School here in Placentia, California. Hit her first ever home run in a PGF qualifier just within the last few days. Nice drop, 1-1 the count. Defense pinches in on the corners for the top hitter. And that one fouled off into the seats it goes. We told you both of these teams undefeated along the way. Courage batting in the home half of the first inning. Black pants, gray jerseys, all white for the California Cruisers. Changeup flutters high, 2-2 the count. So where do we start with Salazar, by the way? You want to talk about having a tournament? How about 10 hits and 20 at-bats and 12 runs scored? High fly, center field, drifting back, making the play, and a fine grab out there. Jasmine Seaver. It was nearly another hit for Salazar. Seaver hung in there, the wind blowing slightly out to right center.
Well, I could see how she has that average in this tournament, the way she swung at that pitch, but Seavers Bolts back to the fence, makes a nice grab, and saves some extra bases.
All right, Madison Hamilton, it's your turn now. Teammates call her Maddie, the shortstop, batting second for the Courage. And if we thought we gave you good numbers for Salazar, Madison Hamilton has 16 at-bats and 13 hits in this tournament. Video game numbers, that's an .813 batting average. I'm sure you had some tournaments like that.
I don't know. That's an awfully
It's
good
hard to not
tournament.
make it out. You can hit balls hard that are outs, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
no, exactly.
so to go 13 of 16, she scored 9 runs, 4 doubles and a triple. Pop that one up to the right side. Well, they've gotten 2 of the tougher hitters out in Salazar and Hamilton. We told you about Salazar, Hamilton, Burkhart behind. Weircheck, the pitcher, bats cleanup. Lasea bats in the 5-hole. Schneider, Weaver, hooks. And then at the bottom, McKenna Calderon. She's a designated player. Danielle Burkhart was in the Inland Empire, Corona, California, Corona High School. 0-1 the count. Defensively, as that pitch sails outside, Morris Seaver with T-Tone in left. Veldman, Alon, Kempton, and Giles from first to third, hence behind the plate. High and inside. Week number 1 is coming to an end for the Premier Girls Fast Pitch, the championships. Opening ceremonies earlier this week in Huntington Beach and Bill Barber Park. Softball being played all over Orange County. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Burkhart's had a nice go. 5 of 13. She's driven in 8. So 5 hits, 4 walks. So she's been on base 9 times in 5 games. Be interesting to see what gives here. Both of these teams have pushed others aside on their way here. That one misses outside. 3-2 the count. And think about what's at stake. A move up to the Premier Division. You win this and you're moving up to the Premier Division.
When they're here in the ballpark as that last game was finishing the Premier Division National Championship, and just to see the crowd, the coaches, people here watching, and that's really ultimately where you want to be. And they're very close being right here right now.
Yeah, the SoCal A's at the 16U level not too long ago, beating the Beverly Bandits 2-1 in a well-played contest, and so the 6th overall national title for the SoCal A's program. And it was a heck of a ball game to watch. The Corona Angels before that, national champions at the Premier level, at the 14U level, with a win over the SoCal Athletics 14U team. That has gone on this afternoon. 1-0 the count. Amelia Weircheck after the walk to Burkhart. Two of 8 with a bat in her hand. She's walked 3 times, so she's been on 5 times in 4 games in which she has played. As that one misses outside, 2-0 the count. Two outs in the inning. Left-handed hitter. She's got a very unique favorite player, especially for someone 14 years old. Not for a left-handed hitter. Her favorite athlete, Ted Williams. I wonder if Dan Weircheck or Courtney Weircheck or Grandpa have anything to do with that influence. Love seeing younger players mention softball players or baseball players from years gone by. Ted Williams. Attends Rosary High School, an all-girls school in Fullerton, California. Weircheck awaits a 3-0. 3-1 the count. Three balls and one strike the count. High pop-up. Easy chance in center field. Weircheck will dance back to the circle and go to work. Scoreless contest, the Platinum Division 14U National Championship game. Cruisers and Courage, both Southern California-based teams. And away we go with Madison Veldman, Maddie Veldman to lead things off. Number 99 who puts it on the ground. Madison Hamilton, the shortstop, fields and fires and throws on a cross in time for the first out. So Maddie out of Upland High School.
Number 14, Taylor Tetone.
Gives way to Taylor Tetone. Nearly Weircheck in the circle, allowing a single hit in the second inning to the right side. Second baseman Lasea puts her nose on it. Nicole makes the play and throws in time for the second out.
And so far, really solid defense. That ball pretty well struck, just right at second baseman Lasea.
Next up, number 24, Katie Kempton. Number 24.
Shortstop Katie Kempton, the number 6 hitter. Takes over the inside, 1-0, or check that 0-1 the count to Katie. In there and a nice take. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Kempton, who has had a heck of a tournament. So she's had 6 official at bats, 6 hits in that time. Or check that, 6 hits and 11 at bats with 4 walks, and she's hit by a pitch there. So that's the 4th time she's been hit by a pitch. She's walked 4 times, and then this.
Well, you can see how Kempton just holds her ground in that batter's box, and The rule is you do not have to make an attempt to get out of the way if you're standing in your box and that pitch comes in on you. If you're hanging over the plate and you get hit, that's a different story, but hold your ground, gets hit, and runner on base.
With the hits and the walks, and being hit by a pitch 4 times, their on-base percentage close to 75% in this tournament. A little roller, it's foul. A foul ball out in front of home plate. As Kempton is on, has stolen 1 base. Overall, the Cruisers in this tournament as a team hitting 360. 360 in the tournament. They've got 13 stolen bases.
Right here, Katie. Come on now. Let's go, Jumbo.
Averaging about 7 runs a game. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. This is KD Giles. C-A-D-Y-G-I-L-E-S. And in parentheses, we love what she put next to her name as she rolls in foul. Just to make sure we got it right, the C-A-D-Y was replaced by capital K-D, so KD. And the Giles was spelled with a J. K-D Giles. She helped us out. Out of Claremont, California. That one misses outside. Of course, the truck is passing along that Giles, when spelled backwards, is actually Seelig, like outgoing baseball commissioner Bud Seelig. And I'm told Katie no relation to the commissioner. Rolled out towards short. Gets loose, recovers. What a job! Hamilton had it slip, and away, but she stuck a fork in it, flipped it on over to Lasea. The key was Lasea got to the bag, waited until it got there. Perfect place, perfect time. We're scoreless. $14U Platinum Division National Title game. The Cruisers out of Mission Viejo, California. The Courage out of Yorba Linda, California. Scoreless contest. Bottom half of inning number 2. Nicole Lasea to lead things off for the Courage. She takes a strike that flutters high but over the outside corner. Lasea 4 of 15, but she's been walked 4 times, so has been pesky and has managed to reach very effectively in this 5-game tournament for both of these undefeated teams. 1-1 the count. Hillcrest High School, Corona, California. Fighting through a hamstring injury the last few months, and you know speed is her strength, so that's hampered her. She fouls that one off.
Look at this swing. Generates a lot of power out of that little body. Keeps the corners back on their heels, but she does have the ability to really drop a nice bunt. Not here with 2 strikes, but in the future, you got to be on your toes if you're on the corner.
Hanswergen behind the plate, tried to frame that one up. Home plate umpires Robert Magnuson, Dave Hand at first, John Buck at second, and Debbie Harris, our third base umpire. In on the hands. Did she fight it off? You bet she did. Despite that hamstring, you know she was going to leg that one out. So Lisea, that's her 5th hit and 16 at-bats on the tournament.
This ball just fisted into no man's land on the infield, and that's tough to defend. The only play would be the shortstop. Kempton cutting across, cut that off, but instead Alon tries to short hop that, and with the spin, it just gets by her.
Pushes the bunt, first base side. Covering and holding on. Jaden Alon gets over there, but a good idea. Schneider with the sacrifice bunt. Moving a runner into scoring position of this scoreless ball game. So they call their teammate Jules. She heads back to the dugout, a bunch of high fives after a sac bunt. And now an opportunity for Camille Weaver. Craig Weaver, the head coach of this Courage team. Pete Calderon, Dan Weircheck.
Camille Weaver, number 17.
Rudy Facio also. 1-0 the count to Camille Weaver. Out of Yorba Linda High School. Dips over the outside, a ball and a strike. Dad's the head coach. His sister Vanessa also plays. And plays well, not only on the diamond, but in the classroom. She is an Ivy League softball player, Penn. University of Pennsylvania. On the corner. So far, it's kind of where Chloe likes to live, isn't it?
Yep, she's been doing a nice job on that outside corner. And she's getting an inch or two off, so if she's smart, she's going to stay there.
Framed up, went out there. As you said, she was smart. She gave it a shot. Full count, 1 out.
Well, at 2 strikes, you expect the hitter to be fighting off anything close, and you could see this pitch is off the corner, but still looks good enough to think about swinging at.
Count is full, game is scoreless, bottom half of the second inning. Hopped up, back of short, shallow left, diving attempt, can't make the play out there. And a great effort, but just a dying quail.
Oh, and another one of those balls that just finds the right spot. You have the diving T-tone in left field, a hard running back Kempton at shortstop, but just in a spot that nobody's able to fully get to.
Taylor T-tone unable to haul that one in. So runners are on first and third. Lisea moves up to third. Weaver is at first. Stabs at that one. They've got a run down. Let's see what they do with that runner between home and third. That run will score. That's what they'll do. The first run of the contest, Lisea marked it on down the line and then stopped cold and watched the play. And the moment the rundown truly began with Weaver, she was gone. Weaver's out at first. No, she's safe at first.
Well, Lisea's coming home on a squeeze, but Hentz behind the plate doesn't see her coming down the line, throws the ball down to second. As that rundown's happening, Lisea easily makes her way into score, and I think that's what this conversation's about is, hey girls, we need to start opening up our vision, look around, make plays that we're used to making, and really Lisea at third was hosed. If they would have turned and seen her and throw to third base, they would have had that runner out.
Santiago High School. Born in Yorba Linda, California, with her opportunity. The batter is Kayla Hooks as they finish in the circle. So 1-0 the score. The Courage on top. And the key in that play that you touched on briefly is that the runner even made it safely back to first.
No balls, 1 strike.
Scoreboard says 2 outs. There's just 1 out, correct? Just 1 out. David and Laura, dad and mom. She had bunted at the first pitch as well, so the count no balls and 2 strikes, 1 away. And we'll do it again, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
Come on, 6. Come on, 6.
4.0 student in the classroom. And she takes to even the count at 2-2. Slightly overcast day, so the shadow's not dramatic on the field for the hitters. On one hop out to short, leaving her feet, making a fine play there at short is Kempton. Kempton had that one almost take her down, almost to stumble as she made the play. The key is what do you do after you go hard to the ground, and she made a great throw.
Well, great whereabouts after she knocked this ball down, kept it from going into the outfield by literally getting her body completely in front of it. From her knees, throws a strike over to second base to get that lead runner.
McKenna Calderon. To the right side, diving attempt, and it's in there. Morris can't come up with it. They're off to the races. All the way around to score is Hooks. Into third is Calderon. A triple, a 3-bagger. It's an RBI. And it's 2-0, Courage on top.
Well, and where this play went awry is a great effort by Elise Morris in right field, but when you dive for that ball down the line, if it gets by you, you've got no backup, so that ball goes to the fence, and runners are just running around the bases, and you have to make a tough decision to either go for it all out, but you've got to keep that ball in front of you and prevent those runners from taking extra bases.
Popped up right side. That will be a souvenir. Emily Salazar. 2-0 the score. Yorba Linda-based Courage on top. Salazar to right, to the gap it goes. It holds up though, and Sievers puts it away. A pair of runs score in the inning. RBI by Calderon, some aggressive base running as well. Courage lead it 2-0. Amanda Freed, Darren Sutton, and you. Glad to have you logged on. Premier Girls Fast Pitch, 14U. Platinum Division National Title game, 2-0 is the score. Courage on top out of Yorba Linda, California. And the Cruisers readying themselves to swing the bats. Savannah Hentz first. Claremont High School, Claremont native. She's in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Just played in a pair of games in this tournament, so is starting the championship game in honor. She is 1 of 3 with an RBI. As she lays off 1-2 the count to Savannah. Dad John, Mom Christina. Curveball sails up and out of there. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Rolled past the diving Burkhart at third and into left field for a base hit. So Hentz earned that start. Is now 2 for 4 on the tournament with her first hit of the day.
And this was a good at-bat after getting down 2 strikes, works her way back to an even count, and then gets this pitch that she can handle and hammer into left field.
Looks like a runner out there for the Cruisers.
Number 15, Lorna Cripps.
Lorna Cripps is the runner. Lorna Cripps.
Now batting number 43, Jada Alon.
Jada Jordan Alon now. Diamond Bar, or I should say Diamond Ranch High School in Diamond Bar. Diamond Bar, her hometown. All-league performer as a freshman this past year in high school as that curveball sails wide. 1-0 the count. Cruisers in white. White tops, white pants. Courage in gray. Gray jerseys and black pants. Kara Lentz is with us, the third member of our broadcast team. What do you have for us, Kara?
Yeah, talking with Kevin Kempton right before the game, he mentioned Jada Alon and how she's kind of had a tough week at the plate, but that has certainly not affected her demeanor at all. She is certainly a leader on this team. She's very talkative. Her team really thrives off of her, and it's really important for her in this situation. If she's not having success at the plate, she stays with the team. She's extremely selfless, and this is really a player that the team rallies behind.
Thank you, Kara. 2 fabulous female athletes on our broadcast team today. Kara Lentz, as that throw hits off the runner and heads into right field. Sliding out at second base, so out is the call. Lisea must have gotten in front of that bag because that was a very, very close play at second base. And the second base umpire there, John Buck, on top of it saying, she's out. So let's see.
Well, that ball deflects off the helmet into right field and Cripps up and off to second base, and we'll see if we can get a good look at the tag. Looks like her foot gets in the base, but a great job selling that tag. Madison Hamilton at shortstop receives the ball, swipes down, shows, and very convincing.
Taking another peek at another angle as the umpires get together.
You see the ball gets there. But that foot looks like it gets into the base.
Magnuson, Hand, Buck, and Harris all get together. And you give the umpires credit when they do this. They take the time. Out is the call. Replay might say otherwise, but you at least give them certainly credit, not being too prideful to see if anybody else had a better look at it. Again, we have technology. And technology changes the game, as we've seen in basketball, Major League Baseball. It's a different world.
Yep, and this game moves so quickly that these judgment calls, you know, you gotta hand it to the umpires. They get it right more times than not.
So cameras everywhere. Over the outside. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. 1 out in the inning. 2-0 is the score. Jada Bug is her nickname. Just got a piece. She'll hang around. Amelia Weircheck in the circle. 4.14 GPA, that pitcher. Oh, what a change of pace. Bad break, though. It gets away from Calderon, and they strike him out. Drop third strike, and a runner reaches. Strikeout and a wild pitch there.
And this is an off-speed pitch. You can see the movement she gets on that, hits a bad part of the dirt and skips by, hooks behind the plate. Tough break for Courage.
Jasmine Sievers, into the dirt it goes. 1-0 the count on Jasmine. Singled back in the first inning. She's received an offer from Oregon in the Pac-12. Jay and Jillian, dad and mom. Sievers to the right side. Charging, making the play, the throw, pulls the first baseman off the bag. Salazar is there, though, for the second out of the inning. So Sievers still having a good evening. Hit both of them hard. She's 1 for 2.
On this ball, very well hit. Good opposite field power by Sievers. Just happens to be right at Emily Salazar in right field.
Change up. In there for strike one. Elise Morris. Bunts right through that one, 0-2 the count. You know, you noticed something earlier, and at some point we have to point it out with Weircheck. She does great in the classroom. We know she's good in the circle, but she studies ballet and has performed in the Nutcracker for several years. So athletic and a different kind of athleticism. Just off the plate, 1-2 the count. A well-rounded young woman.
Two completely different uniforms.
Very
to
different.
wear.
Good
I don't know
call
how
by
comfortable I'd be in that.
you. Good call by you. Line drive, base hit, left field. Boy, Morris hung in there nicely. You could see her body was leaking out, but somehow, and it wasn't pretty, her hand stayed back, and she was rewarded for that.
Well, that really is the key when you're hitting off speed or when you get yourself out in front of a pitch. As long as you can keep your hands back, you've got something to give. She leans way forward but does keep those hands back and is able to drive that pitch into left field.
Horvath about to hit. Let's find Kara Lynch. What do you have for us, Kara?
Yeah, Amelia Weircheck danced 9 years, and as you mentioned, Darren, danced in the Nutcracker, something that she really enjoyed growing up from, as you know, what they called the mouse, or the mice, excuse me, in that ballet performance. But since softball has kind of taken a front seat, including honors English and honors math, not dancing so much as of recent. She is attending a private Catholic school, and she's on a 4-year partial scholarship, so she's certainly earning her academics.
Good for her. Boy, a well-rounded, thank you, Kara, by the way. Really good stuff. Well-rounded student. If only there were 28 hours in the day, then maybe she could get back into the Nutcracker circle. That one is outside, 1-2 the count. I look forward to her being my boss someday.
Yeah.
Right now it's a 1-2 count. 2-0 the score. Her team, the Courage, on top. Sold that one a little bit, didn't she?
Yeah, just got away from her a little bit, but man, she's been using that off-speed pitch, so she's going to keep going to it.
To the right side. Underhanded flip. Lisea made it look easy. Well, base runners all around, but they came up empty. A pair of hits. Strikeout and a wild pitch, nothing doing. 2-0, Courage. Olympic gold medalist Amanda Freed. Kara Lentz joining us down in the dugouts and in the stands. My name is Darren Sutton. Glad to have you with us. Maddie Hamilton gets an opportunity to swing the bat. She did so in the first line to the first baseman. The arts certainly something that touches this Courage team. We talked earlier about Weircheck and the job she has done, certainly as a student, but as a dancer, ballet dancer in the Nutcracker. Hamilton, an accomplished piano player, a pianist. Into the dirt it goes. An award-winning piano player. 1-1 the count.
You just hope that young girls look at these athletes and remember you can do other things besides softball. You know, it's important, I think, to have those outlets.
Into the gap in left center field. That's well struck. It's down, and she is streaking her way into second base with the slide and a double. Maddie Hamilton has put herself in the scoring position. She took it about as far as you could take it. Beautiful piece of hitting.
And what a gorgeous swing by Hamilton. Gets that pitch, ends up over the plate a little bit more than Winger would like, but Hamilton takes advantage of it, drives it into left center field. Nearly hits the fence, one hops it, showing off some good power.
So Hamilton is now 14 of 18 with 5 doubles. And our research staff just passed along to me that that's good. 14 of 18 with 5 doubles. Of course, she does have a triple, a pair of walks, and she's been hit by a pitch. Maddie Hamilton. A little swinging bunt toward the circle with nobody out. Burkhart, who walked back in the first inning, moves Hamilton to third. And the interesting thing about Hamilton, she's proving she could hit effectively, hit with power, and if you have a Christmas party, she could play the piano and entertain as well.
Batting number 9, Amelia Weirchuck. Number 9.
Well-rounded. Amelia Weircheck now. Fly to center field in the first inning. Two of 9 with a bat in her hands. One and 0 is the count.
Hey, you gotta have your aggressive.
'The Courage opened with an 18-6 win over the NorCal Bandits. A tight 7-6 win over OCBB. 8-5 winners over USA Porter. 11-1 win over NCFC. Another 11-1 win, and then a 2-0 win. That one is popped up to the right side off the screen.
Still your hitting. Still hitters down here. Get the ball out front. And on the pitch, we score a run.
So 5-0 coming in, leading in this one by a score of 2-0. Runner at third. Two and 2 the count.
That ain't gonna get the running. Go aggressive. Keep your head on it. Be aggressive. Hey, be determined. Hey, want to score her. Want to.
Craig Weaver with words of encouragement from that third base box.
Jackson.
3 and 2 the count.
Gotta have a big zone here. Okay, you gotta try to run it. Be determined. You gotta be aggressive. Be aggressive, 9.
Oh,
3-2. Inside. I'm told ball 4. Yeah. Amelia, come on now. They're trying to give it to you. She'll take it. She heads to first.
Well, and gets herself into a deep count and forgets that she's got 3 balls, 2 strikes. Really into that at bat, apparently, focused in. And if I'm her, I'm going to take it. If they're going to give it, I'm going to take it.
Looks like they will have a runner come in.
Pinch running for Courage, number 31, Mia Onesto.
Mia Onesto is the runner.
And now batting number 15, Nicole Lucia.
1-0 the count to the batter. Nicole Lucia with 1 out. Keep an eye on the base runners here, especially with speed coming in. And Onesta. Any thoughts on that when you look at it, especially going with the pinch runner here?
Well, the Courage was in the same situation and back in that 2nd inning when they got those runs 1st and 3rd, and we'll see if they try and cause a little bit of chaos on the field again.
Instead, it's slapped to left. Play is not made out there. It gets by T-Tone. Runners are on 1st and 2nd. The run scores. It's 3-0. Funny, the Onesta, the lead runner, played it very carefully. She saw that ball in front of her. Lucia wanted to go to 2nd the entire time.
Well, Lucia sees that ball drop and she's off, but that was a smart heads-up base running play by Onesto because that ball's in front of her. Had she broken, that would have clearly been cut and that out been made at 3rd.
Hands on her helmet, she looks in and tries to see what's going on in that dugout, trying to move the runners all around. She got 1 in. 0-1 the count. This is Julia Schneider. And Julia take that one, you bet. She tried to take the first one. That time, kind of spun enough out of the way.
Next up, number 17, Camille Weaver.
Catches
Number 17.
that inside left arm, it looks like, and really Snyder not giving any room on that plate. Her toes were up on that line, her body nearly hanging over the plate, so she's exposed. It would not have been a strike had it passed through, but no, she's tiptoeing pretty close into that zone.
Camille Weaver now. The bases are loaded for Weaver, who singled back in the 2nd inning. 3-0 is the score. Just 1 out. Into the dirt, and a nice job blocking that one up. Savannah Hentz is the catcher. Dad in that 3rd base coach's box. Line drive down, base it into right field. That'll score a single run. 4-0 is the score. Boy, Weaver, exactly what you're looking for. Not trying to do too much. Instead, it's a screamer to right field.
And you know a hitter's confident when she just sits in, she's balanced, and she just squares up. You're right, she doesn't try and hit the ball too hard, just finds a hole, drives that ball into right field. And with that, she's forced to pitch and change.
Looks like Russo comes on. Russo is the pitcher. With a 4-0 score. She goes to work for the Cruisers. So certainly some tough breaks in the game, but you have to give credit for the Courage. Kind of patient at bats, followed by really aggressive, timely hitting. I mean, that's how you win with timely hitting. Carly Russo Dana Hills High School, makes her home in Laguna Niguel, California. Jennifer and Mark, mom and dad, so Russo with an opportunity to go to work for the Cruisers. We talked about the work that the Courage are doing and the leadership that Craig Weaver is providing. Kara has a little bit more on that. Kara, what do you know?
Craig Weaver has told this team throughout this whole tournament is just to be really aggressive when they're on base, and I think that's been evident in this inning, just how aggressive they are getting around those bags. They've had hot bats 1 through 9 throughout this whole tournament, and they're certainly getting some payoff with that aggressive base running, but it certainly is a focal point coming from Craig Weaver.
Thank you, Kara. Good stuff as that continues. Forward to hearing from her again. 4-0 is the score. 1 out, trying to add on. Change of pace. Good looking pitch from Russo. It's strike 1. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Kayla Hooks. Roller, hugging the line. It's a foul ball. 2 players come together, but no play to be made here. By the way, Russo comes on for the 4th time. She has worked 4 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs along the way. She can certainly be a hero to her team with a hard ground ball somewhere.
Yep, and what she's throwing right now is just some down spin, hitting her corners, and not a ton of speed, but can be very effective if she can put the ball where she wants.
Pitch is way off the plate. I believe it's 1 ball and 2 strikes is to count. Scoreboard here says 1 ball or no balls and 1 strike. So I believe it's 1 and 2 is to count. Outside, 2 and 2 now. Bases loaded. Full of courage. Courage in gray. And the Cruisers are in white. 2 and 2 is the count. Little roller again. Looks as a sister. As a matter of fact, a pair of them, younger sisters that both play softball. Good in the classroom. Kayla, a 4.0 student. Middle of the diamond into center field. It's a base hit. 1 run is in. Another run comes on around a pair score for the Courage. They lead it 6-0. And Hooks with a pair of RBIs.
A nice patient at bat. She finally gets a better piece of this drop ball, drives the ball up the middle, puts enough on that to get it into center field and score 2 runs.
That one misses low. 1-0 the count. 6-0 is the score. McKenna Calderon, who's working behind the plate. Lily is her nickname. El Dorado High School, Placentia, California. Roller. 3rd is the play at home. It is the tag and a firm tag up high. And Weaver felt that tag certainly as she came in. Maybe a tag of frustration by Hentz. Runners on 1st and 2nd, 2 outs.
When a hard tag applied a few feet up the line. So Weaver hadn't yet gotten into her slide is why she was so high on that tag.
We've seen some good aggressive play around home plate with base runners and with catchers in this national champion at the Premier and the Platinum level. Very different than what we currently see around Major League Baseball now. 30 pitches in the inning. Let's see if it comes to an end. Out to short. The play is made, but a big inning. 4 runs cross the plate for the Courage, and they are rolling. Up 6-0 in the 14U PGF Platinum National Title game. Top half of the 4th inning, all Courage to this point. They lead it by a score of 6-0. And now Amelia Weircheck with a comfortable lead wants to go about firing strikes consistently, letting her defense do the work. 1-0 the count. To Maddie Feldman. Maddie right back to the box. He got a piece of the pitcher. Great play helping her teammate out, not in time, but you hope she's all right. Weircheck looked like it got maybe the foot. Sounded like it hit shoe, you could clearly hear it. And then at first, by the way, Veldman hit the bag uncomfortably, so she's shaken up. First things first in the circle. Veldman hit a hot shot right back through there.
Well, this ball hit so hard, and it looked like it got the foot right there on the top of the left foot. Here, Burkhart picks that ball quick, gets rid of it, nearly makes the out at first base. But you got to hope that your pitcher's all right. That's going to be her plant foot, the foot that she steps out with and lands and drives against, so as long as she keeps it moving, hopefully it doesn't get too stiff.
That's the key, keeping it moving. She has no desire to come out. I mean, to me, it really has to hurt to come out.
Well, and that's going to hurt in the morning. Let's be real. She's going to feel that, but keep that shoe on, keep stretching it out, and get through these next couple of innings.
Taylor Titone after the single. Rolls it to the right side. Pick, flip, on to first. Not in time. But a nice play made. Lisea got it to Hamilton, flipped it on over to Schneider. But Titone reaches on a fielder's choice. And that's helpful to the pitcher in the circle to get a first pitch swing there.
Next up, number 24, Katie Kempton. Number 24.
Katie Kempton was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. She takes a pitch that misses. 6-0 the score. The Courage, North Belinda base team on top of the California Cruisers out of Mission Viejo, California. Drops it in there, 1-1 to count. 6 hits for the Courage. 4 for the Cruisers. That froze her. Two balls and 2 strikes to count.
Such a nice changeup. You can just see Kempton stops her motion.
Kempton follows it right up, though, with a through-the-circle single into center field. So Katie, who was hit by a pitch in the second, reaches again.
After being absolutely buckled on that changeup, she gets her timing back, doesn't even complete the swing, but just takes barrel to ball. Puts the ball up the middle and continues this rally for the Cruisers.
You like to see this. You know, a team could be down, but they're not out. The team that, with the Cruisers, obviously hit throughout this tournament. Look, this is a team that came in hitting 360. A team that in 5 games scored 39 runs. So offense, not an accident for them. To the right side. The play out front. Not made by Hamilton, and it'll cost the Courage a run. Schneider came up firing, tossed it to Hamilton, and had to stretch off that second base bag a little bit. Couldn't haul it in. You don't get any outs, and runners are on first and second. 6-1 the score.
The ball fielded by Lisea at second. First base, excuse me, Schneider feeds it over and just out of the reach of Hamilton. You wonder if that situation, if she would come off the base or if she just thought the ball was closer than it was. She's had such sure hands, Hamilton has at shortstop. You don't really expect a ball like that to tip off her glove.
A couple of runners on for the Cruisers, trying to get something going. Kara, what do you have for us?
Katie Kempton and Katie Giles, it's fitting that they're batting back-to-back in the lineup. They have played together since they were 8 years old, so talk about familiarity. They know the game. They also, both of these players have very good hands. And talking with head coach Kevin Kempton before the game, he said that defense has certainly been a backbone for this team, and those are 2 players that really generate some defensive plays.
Been together for more than a half decade. Thank you, Kara, by the way. Curveball outside, snap throw, and diving back in, Katie Kempton. So the count is 2-0. So weird check. That hot shot to start the inning. It hasn't been comfortable since. On the corner. To be fair, though, I mean, she's gotten a bunch of support, but she hasn't really had a clean inning. She's had to work to get where she's at this point. Single in the first, hit a batter in the second, 3 base runners in the third, and now 3 more here in this inning.
And it's okay for her now because her team just put up a 6 spot. Well, in the last couple of innings, I should say, they have 6 runs, so she can go out and make a couple mistakes, afford that. Not for very much longer. We do have a lot of ball game left, but if her defense continues to work, she could be in pretty good shape.
3-2, pulled that one foul, and again, it was a firm shot off her foot. Right back into the circle. Listen to what happened to start this inning. It's really softball on leather of the shoes there. Right there at the top of your arch. Good looking changeup. You get a hitter, overly aggressive, wanting to be a hero. That's the perfect pitch.
Well, this is a nice answer with this strikeout. Puts that ball beautifully on the outside corner. You could see the movement on it.
This is Jaden Alon's spot in the order, and let's see if in fact she will hit. Looks like a different choice being made. Alyssa Victorino is the pinch hitter.
Hitting for the Cal Cruisers, number 13, Sarah Alberton.
Check that, it's 13. Thank you for the announcement there. 18 is Victorino. Sarah Abishan is the hitter now. So Sarah gets the call with the number 13 on that jersey. Couple of runners on, 2 outs. Right down the middle out of Lebanon High School in Lebanon, Tennessee. Her hometown, her birthplace, Lake Elsinore. Now makes her home in Tennessee, comes out here to play her travel baseball. She's been playing softball, I should say, for a decade. One and two. It's not uncommon, is it, to have a player from a spot in the country as we look at this one more time.
I mean, that's a really tough spot.
But to travel, and if the family's able to do it, maybe stay with friends, stay with relatives, and play on a team where you know that your teammates from years gone by.
Yep, and we're seeing that very often with all the recruiting going on also. Girls are flying in, trying to play on the teams that they're going to get the best exposure.
Flip, inning comes to an end, but it was a big inning to say the least as they get off the mat, 6-1 the score. Gary Heading will join us, Vice President with Perfect Game, or Premier Girls Fast Pitch, in a minute. We move along to the bottom half of the fourth inning, a 6-1 lead, the Courage on top.
Now batting number 25, Maddie Hamilton.
Maddie Hamilton to lead things off, and Gary Henning joins us, Vice President with Premier Girls Fast Pitch, PGF. And the first pitch over the inside corner, strike one. Gary, as you see this week come together with the opening ceremonies, the families start to gather in the week prior, and then you see it come to this culmination of 4 national championships in a day. What are your thoughts watching it as someone who's been around the game so long?
Well, it's nice to see a little bit of the fruition of our idea when we started. The Platinum divisions are, there are a lot of teams out there that are developing and can't yet compete at the premier level, but coming here with a chance to win a national championship instead of coming in maybe going 1-2 in the premier and then having a chance to move up to premier next year, I think it's a good deal for everyone.
One away, that one on the ground. Daniel Burkhardt now with an opportunity after the ground out to short. She has walked and she has grounded out. Pitch is high. 1-0 the count to her. Take me back to the beginnings, and as you folks that were passionate about the sport started to come together, how was PGF born?
Actually, as strange as it may sound, a conversation between Dan and myself in a Coco's coffee shop in Fountain Valley. We had a lot of problems with the governing body we had been with before. They wouldn't listen, not just to us, to many, many travel coaches. And we finally got to a point where we decided to try it on our own.
What'd you eat that day? Do you remember?
As a matter of fact, I do not.
Okay. Yeah, something a little bit bigger was born that day.
Yes.
And so you guys started basically communicating with your fellow coaches just out here in California, then it branched out?
Yeah, well, actually, we started communicating with the coaches around the country.
Okay.
We did not want this to be a California thing.
Okay.
And so we went to the Nationals and spoke with everyone there. The teams that had been the powerhouse teams got basically about 20 of them interested and started from there.
What a fabulous play by Kempton at short. She knew she didn't have the strength nor the position to make the throw, so she flipped it to Alon at second, who made the throw for her.
Well, it's so well executed. I'm not going to lie. At first, I thought she was assuming there was a runner on first base. She was going for a forced play, and then I realized that's exactly what she was doing, giving her teammate a better opportunity to make that play.
1-0 the count. Vice President with PGF joining us, Gary Hanning up here. And, hey, that's good teammates. We had that good report talking about how those two work so well together in the middle of the infield. 1-1 the count. So do you remember the responses you got from around the nation as you started to build PGF?
Oh, very much so. It was something that many people were looking to do, wanted to do, and it just kind of took someone to do it. We could not have done this without the out-of-state teams. We could not have done this without the SoCal A's and the SoCal Choppers and the Firecrackers and the teams that were known here. It was all of us together that made it work.
Hit off the end of the bat, down in left field. Pretty piece of hitting. The pitcher Weircheck is on with a single into left center field.
Weircheck waits back nicely and takes his ball. Just gets enough of it to put it out into left field. A nice piece of hitting. You can see how she keeps her nose down on that outside corner.
And a runner for the Courage coming on.
Entering the game for Courage.
Looks like
Pitch
Onesto
running,
again.
31, Mia Onesto.
Mia Onesto runs out there. You know, the fun thing about it, too, now the clinics and the showcase is an opportunity on an individual level for players to show their skills to college coaches.
Well, that's what we're looking to do. That's becoming more and more important as the sport explodes. The college coaches, they can go to a game and sit through 5 games, see a kid field 1 ball. So we need to identify the type of player they're looking for and provide a forum for them to show their skills on a repetitive basis. And that's what these camps and clinics do.
Interest right away, I would imagine, in that concept, yes?
Yes, there has been. There are many camps and clinics around, and the trick is to identify the players so that when they come, they're not looking at a bunch of kids that aren't of their level. And that's the thing that is the most difficult to do.
And technology now part of that as well.
Yeah, well, the readouts for pitching speed and for running speed and catcher's pop time gives a good idea. And with the standards that we're trying to help get put in place so that a coach can compare apples and apples,
right,
that will be helpful.
6-1 is the score. The team with the bats in their hands right now, the Courage, trying for more with the runner out there. 2-2 the count with 2 outs, and it's fouled off, and so we'll do it one more time. But still, such a great group thing that you guys have when you build team character as well in this, the tournament style.
Well, we've all coached long enough to understand that teams are the most important thing. It doesn't matter how good you are as individuals. If you're not a team, you're not going to do well. And if you're not in a comfortable team situation, it's difficult to show your skills to the colleges.
Well, that's scary over there. It took a bad hop at short. Katie Kempton, who made a great play, has made a couple of good plays. A really bad hop, and it got her up above the neck, somewhere around the face area. And they need to get her a towel out there. Hopefully she's okay soon. And towel comes out from the bench. Remember the medical staff out there.
I'm right behind the field. I'm going to try to get a picture when all the players are
And she did all the right things. She had surrounded that softball, and in the end, the hop just came up quickly and got her.
And it's so unfortunate because she's been such a solid player today at shortstop, making really some nice plays, and that ball just finds a rough patch in the dirt. Jumps up and gets her, and she looks like she's fine. It's probably a little bit of blood, but they're going to make sure that there's nothing else going on.
No surprise if you've watched competitive softball at the highest level, especially. The expectation would be to see this player immediately make their way toward the dugout and get the work done there. She's planning on playing. I mean, you can see it now that she, you know, the old patch me up so I can continue to play shortstop at a national title game is in play right now.
Well, she never left her feet. She never dropped. She'd always, you know, it almost looks like it startled her more than anything. She saw that there was blood and started to make her way off, but
now that we know she's okay, Gary, I would imagine as a coach, one of your pleasures to see the toughness and the want to that goes into players playing in games like this.
Oh, I've been amazed for 30 years at the toughness of females. I was a baseball player. I saw a guy sprain an ankle and be out for 3 weeks. And I've seen kids dive, jump, roll into walls. Kids play with ankles that are 3 times bigger than they're supposed to be. I'm just amazed at how tough they are. They're not just little girls. They're extremely tough-minded.
And she's not, again, looking to walk off this field. She, as we said before, wants her treatment and wants to go back and play shortstop. Get the towel out there. It's a couple of members of her coaching staff. Remember the medical staff. Gary Hanning is joining us up in the broadcast booth, Vice President of Premier Girls Fast Pitch. That's great. You're just talking about it, how team is at the core of what you guys do. I mean, that shot right there with all those girls gathered around backs up exactly what you're talking about.
The girls that play this sport at this level give up so much of their social life. They don't have dates. They don't go to movies on Friday nights. They have tournaments. They have 8 a.m. games on Saturday tournaments. Their friends go to the football games. They go to sleep. They travel during the week. They play. They give up a great deal. And college scholarships are nice, and it's part of the reason that they play. But there's an underlying love for the game that these kids have, and that is what you see when you watch something like this.
Here, Amanda, your thoughts on what he just said?
I completely agree, and sometimes we lose it in the thought of the scholarship and how big it's become, but you're absolutely right. I mean, my best memories are with my teammates in situations like this, not winning the national championship, not getting that scholarship, but just experiencing and loving the game alongside my best friends.
Well, a member of our medical staff leaves, the coaches leave, the umpires head back to their positions, and Katie Kempton says, what of it? Let's play some shortstop. Remember, Kempton earlier in this inning while we were talking with Gary made a play in which she left her feet, made a diving stop, had a head about her, that she couldn't make a proper throw. They're going to make sure, I think she's in all the right type uniform. I don't know if this is something to do with some blood, wiping things up on the field, but she made a play earlier where she just couldn't make the play and instead used her second baseman. I mean, it's a rocket shot. This is a heck of a play.
And you practice that, I'm sure, in practice for fun, but when would you ever get to implement that? And then when that actually happens, to have the wherewithal to execute it. So athletic.
Doing it as successfully as you have for as long as you have, how much and how long do you keep in contact with your former players? That must be a point of pride for you.
Oh, sure. I see him, talk to them. I talked to Laura Berg about 2 weeks ago. I remember the 12-year-old Laura Berg walking up to me with her little fisted, I'm going to get that scholarship. And she is just the most remarkable of athletes and players. Yeah, it's something that I remember Amanda when she was 15 years old. I remember when she was 14 pitching in the Nationals, and I believe it was Michigan or Texas or something like that. And she had a great changeup then. So, yeah, it's something that stays with you.
Runners on second and third as they move up a moment ago. Gary Hanning joining us, Premier Girls Fast Pitch Vice President. 6-1 is the score, the Courage on top. Harley Russo in the circle. Came on for Chloe Winger earlier, and she deals it to a 1-ball, 2-strike count. To the right side, down for a hit. 1 run scores, streaking right through, surprising everyone and heading to the plate easily was Lisea. She didn't even think twice, and as a matter of fact, I'm not sure how much guidance she got from Weaver. Weaver, I think, was maybe in between what to do. Lisea said, I'm coming home.
Well, at this point in the ball game, you're just going to take some risks, and you see this aggressive base running. Lisea does not stop as she's rounding third. She knows as soon as that ball hits the grass, she's on her way home. You've got 2 outs, and they're really going to push it.
So a pitching change is made. Looks like Paige Vargas will get the call with the number 10 on that jersey. Paige, Santa Margarita Catholic High School. Gary Hanning joining us with Premier Girls Fast Pitch, and this is what we're talking about. You know, what's at stake here, and a title has you with an opportunity to move to that Premier Division. That's kind of the brainchild when you guys got together and thought about this concept with Platinum, right?
Yes. It was a chance to move up and a chance to prepare yourself to move up. If you don't win, you've played in this venue, in this world, and the next year you've got a much better shot. So much of this when it gets to championships is your confidence, how you feel about yourself, having been there. We've, over the years, won nationals, finished second, and the difference often is how you feel about yourself. So the more you can prepare, the better prepared you are.
So that's what is at stake for all of these competitors.
Now batting number 17, Camille Weaver. Number 17.
Camille Weaver has singled a couple of times. She's had a really good night. We mentioned Paige Vargas, Santa Margarita Catholic High School, lives in Mission Viejo. Alex's dad, Lynette, is mom. So she goes to work in the circle. With 2 outs, still, I would imagine wanting to move that runner around if they can, because if they move that runner around, get an 8-run lead, the 8 after 5 run rule comes into effect very quickly. 3-0 the count to Weaver. Time is called again. Our heroic shortstop, Katie Kempton, I think might be bleeding a little bit more. I'm not quite sure. She called time. She got the attention of the second base umpire, John Buck. And so she comes off the field, and let's see what kind of decision they want to make. I know she doesn't want to come off. One more time. Again, it was just a bad hop if you're joining us online. She was down the plate. The bad hop came up high, and right away she realized she put her first priority where you should. Make sure everything's in place there. Takes a seat on the bench, and looks like a change is going to be made. This is not what she wanted to have happen, unfortunately. It's like Jasmine Severs, if Jasmine Severs may have come in from center field. Morris moved to center field. So Elise Morris is now in center. Celeste Germano moves into right field. And that is ball 4 with 2 outs. Runners are on first and second. Jasmine Severs is now the shortstop. Eight to 1 is the score. Gary Hanning still joining us for what has turned out to be a very wild inning. Unfortunately, a player having to leave the game with an injury. 2 more runs being put on the board. And the count is a 1-1. Well, now television and internet and some web broadcasting of earlier games in the tournament. The exposure is great for PGF.
Yes, it is. And we would like to thank you and Amanda for how well you guys have represented us, how professionally and how good a job you've done over the years.
Oh, goodness, thank you.
Thank you.
It's a good opportunity.
Oh, this is fun. I love this.
We love certainly being a part of it. It's a pleasure. Like you, I mean, you have the passion coaching these young ladies, but just, and you've played at the highest level in the world for a long time, you did, but just being here with the energy and with the families, a sports parent myself, as that one is outside, 2-2 the count. 8 to 1 is the score. They'd love another run because that would give the Courage an 8-run lead. Runners on first and second. Popped up and towards the seats it goes. So in the vision of all of your leaders, you and Dan, what's next?
We'd like to get more of a grassroots program. We'd like to go into the younger age groups, and we'd like to get into the kids that aren't quite at this level, but maybe don't know it exists, and there's a lot of those. We kind of did it backwards. We started at the top and went down. And now we'd like to go back down and try and build it back up from the bottom.
Good stuff. Hey, listen, thank you for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Gary joining us. One of the founders of this great group, Premier Girls Fast Pitch, 8 to 1 our score. Aaron Sutton, Amanda Freed, glad to have you with us. Kara Lentz down by the dugouts with the families of these fine players. 8 to 1 is the score. To the top of the 5th inning we go. And the pitch is low, 1-0 the count. In gray, the Courage on top. The pride of Yorba Linda, California. In white, the Cruisers out of Mission Viejo, California, trying to get something going. Rear check, drops it in there, 2-0 the count. It misses low. Quick visit from her shortstop. Reminds her you've got a 7-run lead. If you get us back in that dugout, we may get you one more and we'll be champions. Right back to the pitcher, then the shortstop, who were just in a conversation, and it worked out nicely. See how that works, folks? The shortstop came in and told the pitcher in the circle, just flip it to me if it comes to you.
Wouldn't you like to plan it out like that? But Weircheck taking some shots in the circle, but getting her glove on it, and that one just deflects nicely to Hamilton, who's got such quick hands and is able to deliver a strike over to first base for that first out.
Right back through the circle again. We got a little bit of a target out there. Lise Morris with her second hit. She's 2 for 3. And Weircheck kind of, with regard to her style, now this is not a scouting report, as we see this one again, she's kind of a bend but don't break pitcher.
When you see this ball, close to being within Weircheck's reach in the circle, but the Cruisers looking like their approach is to hit that ball up the middle. If she brings it anywhere over the plate, you better duck.
That one slipped off the fingertip, sails high, 1-0 the count. Morris with the base hit. Caitlin Horvath now with an opportunity. Drop, down and in, disappears, and a swing and a miss is what follows. So Caitlin, welcome to high school, Notre Dame High School. Freshman year this year, 11 home runs. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Caitlin's favorite player with regard to athletics, Anthony Rizzo, slugger for the Chicago Cubs. That one in on the hands. 1-2 the count. That may be more of a Beverly Bandits choice, I would think.
I was thinking the same thing, wondering where those Chicago ties are.
Into center field, well struck, play is made. She got away with an off-speed pitch that was up and out over the plate, but you'll take it. Nice play made. Basile in center field.
And look at the balance in this pitch up in the zone. Hands back, drives it deep into center field, and nearly makes it to the wall. Had it been to the left or the right a little more, Facio may have plated a cruiser run.
Maddie Veldman, number 99, back to the circle again. A very good job. She has yet to have a clean inning. And you know what? That's just fine. She and her mates lead it 8-1.
And the Courage with a 7-run lead here as we enter the bottom of the 5th. At the bottom of the 4th, we did see Katie Kempton leave the field at shortstop after being hit in the forehead. I talked with her mother. As you know, her dad is the coach. He came over, helped her off. I talked with her mom, and there's a little bit concern there that the forehead is somewhat split, and just to stop the bleeding. But as you would expect, a position player such as shortstop, Katie has interfered with the ball a couple of times. Earlier this week, she got hit in the chin, a couple of C marks. Earlier in high school ball this year, she was hit in the forehead. She sat out for about a week, and that was just a concern with letting that wound heal. But as of now, she is getting a medic tended to her on the bench just to stop that bleeding.
Gareth, thank you very much for getting down there and getting those answers. So it wasn't anywhere around the eyes or the nose, and that forehead, not a whole lot to protect you from getting a split up there. So hopefully she's all right and all right soon. She has not wanted to, but removed herself from this game. Leadoff runner is on for the Courage. Calderon reaches. Emily Salazar is now in the batter's box. She takes low. Again, this is the bottom of the 5th inning. Run rule in effect in all of these championship games. And the rule is 8 runs after 5 innings. Or the rule is 6 after 6, I believe, as well. So if you don't get it here and you get 3 outs, you're champs as well. They lead it 8-1. The Courage trying to win the 14U Platinum Division of the PGF National Championship. 1-1 the count to even it up. Paige Vargas in the circle. Has been a softballer for 7 years. Good pitch in on the knuckles.
You see the screwball spin in tight on the hands. It's a great spot.
To the right side, late on it, and it settles in foul territory down the right field line. 1-2 the count, nobody out. Popped up, into the circle, play is made. So got her way out front. Maddie Hamilton now.
25, Maddie Hamilton.
Lined out to the first baseman, singled and scored in that big 3rd inning. 4 runs crossing the plate for the Courage in that inning. In on the knuckles, that one settles fair, then trickles foul with its spin. No balls and 1 strike the count.
Hey, come on now. Hey, hit, you gotta get there.
Pitch out, pickoff throw. She shot it on out there to Velbman. Right behind was Alon backing up just in case. Hence figured why not take a shot. Maddie's hero, favorite athlete, Sierra Romero, star shortstop, the University of Michigan. Batting champ a season ago. Half swing, back to the screen it goes. Maddie Santiago High School. And part of the big offensive attack at the top of the order for the Courage. Fouls it off. So she's 1 of 3 on this contest in the title game. But with the 1 of 3, she's 14 of 19 in the tournament. you're just joining us, we talked about her earlier. She scored 10 runs now and driven in 7. And she took that pitch like it was nothing with 2 strikes.
Get into one. Hey, got 2 on you. Expanding zone here. Come on, Maddie. Come on, Maddie.
Well, you're just right as a hitter when you take a pitch like that so comfortably. Instead, she did that to the right side. Out at second base. They managed to get her uncomfortable in the batter's box, and a nice play defensively. Alon flipped it on over to Sievers for the out.
Well, it was a pretty smart call to come back-to-back with that changeup after she took that first one. And you're right, looked very comfortable, was not thinking they were going to come back with another changeup, was out front, got it off the end of the bat.
So she reaches on a fielder's choice of 1 of 4 on the contest. Burkhart slaps that one. That's a foul ball, and that would have made things very interesting, but it was a couple of feet foul.
This ball again off the hands, but gets enough to get by a diving Giles at third base. But that ball does land a good foot or so foul.
No balls and 1 strike the count. Burkhart walked and has grounded out a couple of times. She takes high and inside, 1-1. She's 5 of 13 with 5 walks on the tournament. Both of these teams, the Courage and the Cruisers, came in with 5-0 records to this title game. Runner on the move. Runner slides in with a stolen base. Sievers late in covering. I don't think it made a difference.
You're right, I don't think it would have made a difference. And Sievers out of position, maybe not entirely comfortable with the coverages at shortstop. You have a lot of responsibility over there. Obviously, the Cruisers have a lot of confidence in her to put her there. But the Courage going to try and take advantage and get that 9th run in scoring position.
2-2 the count. And Neil says her biggest softball moment is a walk-off home run she hit earlier this year. Well, how about a walk-off run rule to win a national title? Maybe that would move to the top. That was an RBI type cut, wasn't it?
Absolutely, she's going for it.
Donna is mom, Dave is dad.
That ball a little up in the zone. Had she connected fully on that, would have been driven well into the outfield.
Outfield playing very deep, rolled toward third, gets free to the plate, comes the run, sliding safe. Run number 9, a 9-1 lead, and a national championship. That'll do it. That is a run rule. The 14U Platinum National title for Premier Girls Fast Pitch goes to the Courage, the California Courage, out of Yorba Linda, California. Congratulations to all of the competitors down below. And a tip of the cap to the Cruisers as well, who went a sparkling 5-0 to fight their way in here. But today was just a Courage kind of day. I think Burkhart now has a new biggest moment.
I would hope so. You see the way she rounded second base, threw her arms in the way, started cheering because she knew that was the winning run, the one that put their team over the edge, and implemented that run rule. And you got a new national champion in the Courage.
Here's the winner, Amanda.
When it wasn't a screamer to the outfield, but it was just enough for the Courage as it gets by Giles at third base, just to the left, trickles out into left field, and you see the celebrations, and that's it for the Courage.
6-0 to win the national title. They will move to the Premier Division, and they will do so with pride. An exciting moment for the Courage, the team based in Yorba Linda, California. The hardware being brought out onto the field. Here's your moment. There's your trophy. get it on down to Kara Lentz. She is standing by with the head coach, Craig Weaver.
Craig, first of all, congratulations.
Thanks
what
very much.
what pleased you most about your team's performance?
You know, we had a shaky start in pool play and just went off once the game started. I think we averaged about 10 runs a game, got the bats going, pitchers kind of persevered, and the girls just started to play inspired. Just outstanding. Couldn't be prouder of them.
Kara getting a bit of a bath down there. Yeah, I see you. I see you working. That's kind of been the mantra today. Get the coach and a member of
Is
our
it
broadcast
purple or
team.
blue?
My face? I'm blue.
Coach, just one last question. So,
Sure.
you got those bats going 1 through 9, and I think once that starts to happen, you get a lot of confidence on base.
Yeah,
How important
lot of
was that
momentum.
total offense, and including the base running?
Oh, outstanding. We talked about playing aggressive. And in order to play aggressive, we said you got to be confident. If you play confident, you play aggressive. And then we talked a lot about playing inspired, just playing inspired fastball. I thought we did outstanding this week.
Congratulations.
Thanks
Enjoy the
very much.
You can call it Premier, you can call it Platinum. It never gets old for you, I would imagine, watching the celebration and the young softball players, the next generation of talented players.
Oh, you know what? A championship's a championship, and when you get to this point in the season, you reflect back on that journey that you took and how hard these teams have worked since last August, last July, to get to where they are now. And this victory is so sweet, and these athletes are so talented and have such bright futures. It's exciting to watch, and I'm looking forward to seeing them play in the future.
Weircheck did great work down there. They all did great work, certainly, and another title. Let's get it back down to Kara Lentz, a member of that championship team. Introduce us, Kara.
Yep, I'm here with Maddie Hamilton, the shortstop for the Courage. How did this tournament go for you guys, and what enabled you to be in this position to come out with a win today?
Well, we actually started off not too good, but we brought it up and we brought our intensity, and we just played as a team, and that's what got us here.
I understand there are a lot of talented girls on this team. I'm not talking about softball. I'm talking about some extracurricular activities. How has Craig Weaver as a coach and more importantly as a mentor for this 14-year-old age group helped you guys?
Well, Craig is very supportive in everything that we do, not just softball. He's very into our grades and our other activities, so he's an all-around guy. He's a great guy.
Academics first, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right, Maddie, thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Good stuff, certainly, and again, a championship down below. PGF just continues to amaze in their growth, an entirely new division of titles to hand out, and a great platform for these young players.
Oh, absolutely. This is such a big stage for them, and what a great opportunity now for Courage going into next year to have a chance to play in the premier division of this tournament and really showcase their talent. And for the Cruisers, no doubt will have an opportunity as well to qualify and compete in the premier division next year as well. So hats off to both of these teams for just bringing it this weekend, getting to this point in the tournament, and just moving on with their careers.
As we say goodbye, we want to thank Gary Henning for joining us. We certainly want to thank Dan Hay as the CEO and president of Premier Girls Fast Pitch Softball. Amanda Freed up here, my broadcast partner Kara Lentz, continuing to get doused in Gatorade and water and all sorts of good stuff down below. We certainly want to thank Premier Girls Fast Pitch. Congratulations to the 14U Platinum National Champions. The Courage win it all, and they do so with a run rule, a 9-1 victory. It's always a joy to be out here, to see the family, the friends, the loved ones. My name is Darren Sutton. Until next time, we'll see you at the ballpark.